Okay, I continue from the perspective of the immortal on the prevailing narratives. After I visited in the office where I had to print my finger and forced to comply with the demand of the system to register me, otherwise I'll be in debt to the system. The system put me into debt by their own law, and I had to go and look and see the way to the office, and I saw all these people that are bound by their own narratives, that is imposed narrative on them, which they maintain, which is a replication, which is a forever replication of a very low energy ingredient that is dismissible if you know you are immortal, infinite being. But then when I look at the leaders, the supposed, the self-imposed or accepted or common known leaders of the progression of humankind into immortality, into the new epoch, and when I look at the leaders of this movements, and by this I mean everybody that you saw, everybody that I saw, who is repeating their findings. And you see people who are conscious of this dichotomy between narrow, well-kept and fought for narrative and the immortal being that they are. I'm talking to those people who can have the scope available for them, and telling you, look at these leaders who are repeating for years upon years the books that they write, the publications, the meeting, the seminars, the assemblies, all they publish about alien beings. They are still in the point of looking at lights in the sky. Maybe apart from Stephen Greer, who is really progressing, none of them is progressing. And this is an astonishing fact to see the leadership of the new movement stuck in the same narrative, which is their own career, promoting these ideas again and again, over again and again. To see they're not progressing themselves, they're not progressive. Progressing is the ability to progress, is ability to discern the information each time, to encapsulate it, to discern it, to look at it, and to come new with new concept, with this is a flowering of human consciousness, of human abilities to really contribute to the infinite, to contribute to the immortal beingness. And when I see the leaders stuck in the same pattern, and they keep repeating themselves, teaching us and printing books about stuff that we've known for, some of us known for the time they're watching this online, and some of us are aware of it since they were awakening to this reality. So what I am speaking here is how you call it, I must remember this name. this word. Maybe the word should be revoking the teaching of the leaders, that those who appear to be most advanced leaders of awakening on this planet, that they, not all of them, but many of them, too many of them, of the high figure, just repeating themselves over and over again. And this is maybe depressing, those who are waiting on the leaders to come up with something new. But if you can watch, for example, David Wilcock again and again, or Drake Bailey again and again, as well others, they just keep repeating themselves, waiting for the event. And the event will come. Maybe their preparation is enough. Maybe their preparation is not enough. Because the preparation for the event is actually the ability to evolve. It's not only the presentation of a new epoch to the extent that they can capture it, but it's more the ability to see beyond the limitation, to see beyond this moment. For example, relationship with extraterrestrials is something that could be developed much more if people would look at it as through the ability of them to develop relationship at all. I mean, if you are in a field of developing, working with relationship, working with the shadow, working with reflections, or working with perception, with mirroring of yourself, those who are capable of sizing their perception of reality each time, and sizing the information that they have on aliens. But then after so much information that was given about reptilians, about Anunnaki, about the Palladians, about the Arcturians, about the Andromedan, and about generally about the possibilities of humans to live on this planet indefinitely, infinitely connected to reality, connected to the earth. Oh, this is something that must be, evoked and reminded and worked upon again and again, like in a relationship. So I don't see any advancement, any advancing of these leaders into a relationship with aliens, though they talk about it a lot. But apart from Greer, as I said, I don't see any of these leaders evolving to the ability of working within a relationship, which is same for a relationship with another human, with a child, with an animal. The same applies to relationship with aliens. The relationship, as you know, is something that most of the time you work within yourself to come with a new offering to the relationship, to see what your contribution brings to a relationship. And this is not done. Everybody is looking for scientific evidence, for pictures, for secret spaceship program and stuff. And my conclusion is that the entire secret space program and the entire secret agency that have developed along this line, what they perceive as their progress, they won't be here. They are not. They don't have the capacity, the ability, and the mind, and the preparation to pass through the shift. So the leaders are misleading. I think it is important for folks who want to advance and progress, to take the relationship with aliens and to take all this understanding that they have into themselves and measure it within themselves, rather than hear the leaders of this movement, because they're taking us to their personal career. They're not progressing at all. Yeah, so this is my second video on the perspective of the immortal to the narrative, to the slaves of the narrative, the slaves of the system, the perspective of the overall human conscience, individual and total, of this existence, this perspective on this narrow narratives that they are pushing. Either the system push it, or the rescuers, the leaders of this movement. Both of them are just repeating themselves endlessly. So I think this is the point where I gave up on the leadership of the movement. Although they do small steps, maybe here and there, some of us do. But you have to be careful who is just, keeping you in a loop and calling themselves progressive and disclosing materials. They're disclosing the same materials over and over again for years upon years. It's a shame. It's a shame to call those people leaders. Yeah, this is second video. I'm Yo San Pedro, and I'm probably record another one.